currency.
Like a couple Bitcoin.
Money, though.
Hold up on my Nakamoto.
Hello. Welcome to the Blockchain Dynamics Show.
Yep, another week, another Blockchain Dynamics show.
My name, as always, is Brandon Doge.
I'm Woody.
You're listening here on Error by Trial Radio.
Yep, and it is episode number 31.
Episode number 31. We really loved our show last week with Not So Fast, episode 30, the big recap.
Yeah, love those 10-week recaps.
Yep, but check that out too. But now we're on episode 31, the start of a new 10 weeks.
Here we go. As usual, the show's getting brought to you by Cryptopia.co.nz.
Cryptopia, it's an altcoin platform, not just an exchange. They've got forums and
Marketplace.
Yep, market info. They've got their new term deposits. There's a lot going on down at Cryptopia, so head over there, check it out.
Definitely, and swing by our forum thread while you're at it. Leave us a message about the show or something you'd like to hear, and we'll hook you up with some dots for participating.
Yeah, we're stickied in the altcoin section of the Cryptopia forum. So you head over to Cryptopia, click forums, altcoins. The Blockchain Dynamics Show is going to be stickied right up there. And stop by the thread and post. We'll throw you 5,000 dots. Crazy.
Yeah, and Brandon kind of mentioned the term deposits that they've got over there. We thought we'd go back and talk about that for just another minute because Hex took the time to kind of listen to the show and respond to some of the questions or conversations we had with Not So Fast regarding term deposits.
Yep. Yeah, he posted a large post in the forum there kind of explaining the purpose behind term deposits and how they're going to be executed, pointing out essentially that they went to kind of a great extent to make it like provably fair, and kind of the goal for them is to try and develop a more stable price of DOT because they use DOT to value all the services. So when you want coins listed and stuff on Cryptopia, you're going to be paying in DOTs. And they're trying to kind of add some stability to the DOT market as they kind of hopefully grow and move forward in the future.
And so we super appreciated those comments from Hex. And we also received another comment regarding the new laws in New Hampshire,
right,
about trading.
Okay.
So that was very nice, too. Thank you for those comments.
Yeah, we really appreciate it. We love it when anybody stops by the thread, and we love to kind of speculate on stuff, too. So please feel free and post, and as always, we will hit you up with some dots.
So I think we're going to move into our first segment this week, which is our second look.
The second look. This is where we just kind of go back and, we see so many coins on this show every day, and sometimes it's hard to really keep track of them kind of beyond the first week, and so that's why we have the second look.
And the coin for our look this week is Karbowanec.
Karbowanec. This is kind of a difficult coin to get in touch with. For somebody in the English-speaking community, it's Ukrainian. The origin is Ukrainian, and it's kind of heavily marketed at that demographic, so there's not a lot of English material available. But we remember when this coin launched, and we kind of thought it was interesting, but I remember that it's a CryptoNight algorithm, and this was before the Monero. CryptoNote, right.
Yeah.
And this was before the Monero pump. And kind of around this time, there were a few CryptoNote launches, and they hadn't been doing very well, so I was kind of like, I wasn't too interested in it at first, but I've noticed that it actually seems to be doing pretty well. Could just be an effect of the Monero pump, but as far as just a kind of a basic clone coin, it seems to have just had a really consistent price, and I'm kind of interested to see what happens to it.
Yeah, like you said, definitely geared towards Ukrainian and Russian people, so very difficult to read the website. There's no translation or anything like that.
Right.
When I looked into the Bitcoin Talk thread, there was even people mentioning how they wished they knew those languages so they could understand the discussion that was actually happening.
Yeah, definitely. But it's got a supernova pool for mining. It's got about 1.5 million of the 10 million total that has been mined so far. It is the CryptoNight algorithm, like we said. And so, yeah, not too much else to say about it. Otherwise, it's not offering a lot in the way of new futures that I can tell. They could be there, and I'm not seeing past the language barrier.
Perhaps. I didn't see them either. It seemed like a pretty straightforward blockchain.
Yeah, but unlike just about every coin that we've covered in the past few months, this one actually seems to be kind of just as strong today as it was when it launched. It's trading actively, I think just on Cryptopia right now, but it's been getting consistent volume, consistent price, and I think it definitely is worth keeping an eye on.
All right, that's a nice quick little second look at Karbowanec. Our next section is our news. Little bit news piece here. Bitcoin difficulty reaches new all-time high.
The Bitcoin difficulty has reached a new all-time high. Interesting.
I'm sure that's happened a lot of times.
Yeah, I think that seems like it's like when they talk about, the warmest month on record, and it just keeps happening in the news. It seems like that's kind of the case here with the Bitcoin hash rate. There have been a lot of predictions that it would level off with the reward halving, and there's also some technological hurdles that the miners have reached that will potentially cause the ASICs, the growth and speed of ASICs to slow down.
Yeah.
And so I think some people are surprised to see that it continues to rise as fast as ever, really.
Yep, and just to kind of put that in one sort of way to look at it, the hash rate has more than doubled this year.
Yep, that's just this year. And I think to a large effect, that's all the new AMP miners are reaching the market. They've had a lot of new products lately, so.
Okay.
I'm curious to see if, as the technology kind of slows down a bit, is it actually going to slow down? A lot of people thought it would have already happened, so I'm interested to see where it goes.
I'm not sure. Yeah. Next news piece: Bitfinex payback progress.
All right, how's that going for them?
Well, they have redeemed the first batch of outstanding BFX tokens.
Okay. I wonder how many tokens is that?
Very minor portion. It appears that it's about 1.3152%.
1.3%. So 1.3% down and 98.6% to go, I guess, for Bitfinex.
Yep.
It's a nice show of good faith, I guess, and I wonder how you qualify to be the first person that gets paid off in this. But I guess it's good to see that they're at least taking steps to move past the hack incident.
Yeah. Must feel good for people that, wanted to see a little bit come back to them.
Yeah, I wonder, so did everybody just get a little bit? Or did some people get fully paid back?
They did credit all user balances automatically and pro rata.
Oh, okay. Well, that's pretty cool, I guess.
It's important to keep in mind that this action does not apply to margin positions, though.
Right. Well, it seems like when everything goes down, the margin traders...
They've always taken on the most risk.
Yep, exactly.
So, how about that Bittrex delisting?
Next up in the news is the Bittrex delistings ongoing. They've really kicked it into high gear lately. It's kind of surprising to see, I think. Why delist all these coins at this point? I don't really understand it.
They're more or less just asking for money. It's not really about anything else.
You think it's just trying to drive up the volume on the markets?
Yep.
Well, as usual, they had about 10 coins listed for delisting that we mentioned last week. The only one that actually got delisted was PrimeCoin.
Really?
Yep. All the others survived. LXC and Crypt were given 1-week extensions to fix their blockchains.
Okay.
But otherwise, in addition to that, they've made a couple announcements. They're increasing the volume requirement that these coins have to have. So originally, like a year ago or so, I think it was just 0.1 Bitcoin per day average volume to stay on Bittrex. Recently, they raised it to 0.2 Bitcoins a day. And now they've just announced that it's going up to 0.3 Bitcoins per day trading volume in order not to get the axe.
Oh, wow. So, yeah, that's a pretty big increase.
And this is one thing I really don't agree with Bittrex on, I don't think. It seems like so many coins will have just like even a temporary lull in volume, where it's like you hit a temporary lull, maybe it lasts 2 or 3 months or something, and then boom, you're off of Bittrex all of a sudden. Whereas I think a little bit more of like a long-term approach can kind of allow coins to have slow periods without just getting kicked to the curb.
Yeah. I understand that there has to be some limit to that, but I guess It does feel awfully abrupt now that they're just listing and delisting things.
Yeah, so they've got a huge list of coins that are up on the chopping block this week. They're 8-Bit, ADC, Apex, ArchCoin, Bitstar, BLC, whatever that is, BNT, I think that's Bantam, BoostY, Dope, Florin, GhostCoin, Hyper, MaxCoin, old favorite there, MEC, Mind, Netcoin, Neutron, OrbitCoin, ParkByte, PTC, SecretCoin, SLG, Steps, TRK, Unit, Euro, WarpCoin, XC, XQN, and Xseed.
Man, that's a big list.
Yeah, no, huge list this week, so, yeah.
Going to be left with just their sponsored coins.
Yeah, exactly. And I don't think that's a good direction to go in, and even a lot of the sponsored coins probably are getting delisted at this point because
occasionally I bet they are.
A lot of them go down in volume really fast. We've seen Syndicate's been kind of struggling recently, I've noticed, and it'll be curious to see
how long that actually takes.
Yeah, like how long is a coin? We saw a meme was on the list before. I don't know if they ever actually got delisted, but
I don't think they did.
It's just it's all pretty aggressive. You know, if you're going to be delisting coins this fast, where are the ads? You know, I think they could find something to list. Who knows?
Right. So,
but yeah, that's what's going down over on Bittrex these days.
Moving right along to the gainers and losers of the week.
Yep, gainers and losers. We're just looking at CoinMarketCap, big winners and big losers over the 7-day period. Biggest winner this week, the cryptographic anomaly.
Interesting one.
I remember you telling me about this coin back when it launched in 2014.
Yeah, I liked it back then for sure. I thought it was really interesting. Didn't really... Not for any like reasonable reason. I just thought it was cool that they had a very odd block reward system.
Yeah, they had like a crazy mining scheme where was it most of the blocks are 0 reward, and then the ones that did have reward were like provably random or something.
Something like that. I honestly don't remember.
Yeah, I don't remember exactly either, but I do remember that it just had a very strange reward scheme, and it was kind of fun to mine for that reason.
Yeah.
I don't remember what I mined very few of them.
And it made it fairly rare, too.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't know where it's at now. I feel like it's gone through some iterations because of maybe the blockchain not working well, different things like that.
Yeah, I have no idea, but I do know that it's been on Poloniex this whole time.
Yeah.
And it's up 192% this week. Huge gains. The number 2 gainer this week is OneCredit. I don't really know much about this coin other than that it's a low supply type situation.
Yeah, that's all I know too.
Up 165%. And then we have Salus up 87%.
Still on that slow up grind.
Yeah, these are some big gains this week compared to what we saw last week. Even though I think the markets are probably down overall, we are seeing a few big pumps this week.
How about on the other side?
The losers, Bitmark down 43%, BitCrystals down 40%, and YoCoin down 36%.
All right.
So a lot of big losses, as usual.
Yeah, that's to be expected, it seems like.
There were a lot of coins that were kind of in this vicinity this week. We're seeing a lot of coins, I think, cool off from the altcoin pumps. Of course, Bitcoin is up, and that kind of seems to spook people away from altcoins as well. And so we're seeing, a few people dumping their alts lately, but also a few coins holding out. So
sounds about right.
I've been kind of cynical on alts, but I'm wondering. I always find myself like too quick to jump into the bear assumptions, and I kind of have missed a couple of the recent kind of turnarounds, and so I'm kind of hesitant to just call this the start of another slump.
Yeah. I hear you there. I mean, I don't really know how I feel about it. I expect altcoins to continue to do well regardless of how Bitcoin does.
Yeah, I guess that's probably... It's a lot easier if you don't worry about Bitcoin in terms of your altcoin trading, that's for sure.
Yeah, I don't really think about it much. I expect Bitcoin to continue to rise over time as well.
Yeah, I think a lot of people do too, right now at least. And I'm curious. I'm a little... It's been around this range for so long that, whenever it does pop out of it, it's probably going to be a big change.
Sure could be.
And that's going to do it for the news this week. If there's anything you missed or you think we missed, feel free to stop by those Cryptopia forums and let us know.
Yep, or anything to cover for next week too. Shout out.
True.
Random Coin Spotlight segment.
Yeah, our next segment is the Random Coin Spotlight. Here's how it works. We pick a random number and then we look it up on CoinMarketCap. Boom.
Yep, and the first roll that we do is 1 to 100, so that would be a coin that's in the top 100 market caps. This week, it was CureCoin.
CureCoin. This is another Pecuneo coin that is, I think, pumping this week.
And also...
Or recently, at least.
Yeah. Sorry. I was thinking about something else.
It's all good. The theme of this coin is that it is a folding coin, like the protein folding calculations is kind of how they're adding value, but they have a unique system in that they have the blockchain itself being secured by ASICs, SHA-256 ASICs.
Okay.
But the actual protein folding is done by GPUs, and so they have a split reward structure that will have some rewards go to the GPU miners doing folding, and some reward will go to the SHA ASICs, who are actually doing the work of securing the chain.
Well, that's an interesting idea. I wonder if they've had any success compiling data.
Yeah, I'm not sure what actually the extent of the success they've had doing it is. I do think they're probably one of the larger in terms of all of the coins that have kind of tried to come up with other uses for the hash power. I think they're doing pretty well.
Yeah, it's very cool. Looks like it's over 2 years old as well.
Yep. Yeah, they've been on Pecuneo for a long time, and they're doing real well lately.
Also on Bittrex and LiveCoin.
Yep.
And we've also been thinking about rolling 100 to 400, which gives us a nice low market cap coin. This week we came up with OrbitCoin.
OrbitCoin. This coin came out in 2013.
And you might remember it from that Bittrex delisting warning.
Yeah, it was on the Bittrex delisting charts this week. Other than that, it's traded on Blue Trade and Cryptopia.
Yep, very nice.
Got a 184,000 market cap, so pretty high. And to be honest, it's the actual market cap of the coin is as high as it's ever been, so I'm surprised to see it on the chopping block on Bittrex, but I don't think it's one that's actually going to get cut. I'm sure they'll come up with the volume.
Yeah, I bet you're right. But when it comes to the coin itself, what do you see?
Well, it's got a big old pre-mine. We're used to seeing that. About 100,000 pre-mine on... I'm not sure what the actual supply is, but it's low in the 2-3 million range.
No, I'm seeing 26 million.
A pre-mine?
No, available.
26 million available?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, it's only 100,000 supply then, so... No, it's 2.8 million.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was looking at CureCoin still.
It's all good. So, yeah, about a 3% pre-mine on that.
That makes more sense now.
And otherwise, it's a traditional, like, clone coin. I remember their markets were really funny. The idea is that you can use it to fund space projects somehow.
Yeah, they've got a 3D model of a UFO that they're going to try to build.
Yeah, so it's like, okay, well, people are going to be funding space projects. What are the projects that we're going to be funding here? And they have a page with them up. The first one is superluminal communication. So we're talking about communication at faster than the speed of light.
Okay.
So basically that would be like a major Nobel Prize winning incredible accomplishment that nobody probably could actually do. But they're going for it with OrbitCoin, so good for them, I guess.
All right.
The other is, this is funny, it's just a 3D animation of a flying saucer, and the project goal is build a spacecraft.
Love it.
He's got the 3D model, and all of the supporters have to do is build build an actual spaceship out of it.
I hope that 3% pre-mine is enough to get those development costs.
Yeah, I'm sure it's going to cover them. So yeah, kind of a dubious coin of the old days, I guess, for OrbitCoin. But they're still out there.
But also a perfectly legit blockchain, would you not say?
As far as chains go,
I mean, it's just a blockchain.
it's just a block. The chain itself is just a blockchain.
Yeah, it seems like a normal one. Because
Yep.
it's not actually, it doesn't have any extra services or anything connected. It's just them saying that they're going to build a flying saucer and...
Yeah, it's just like a website, essentially. It's a service-based approach.
So probably not too much there, but we'll probably be finding out whether or not they got the axe at Bittrex next week.
Yep, we shall see. And that is it for our random coin spotlight. Up next, we got to move on to one of our old favorites here at Blockchain Dynamics.
Mm-hmm.
The new posts.
Boy, they posted a bunch this week.
Yep, the shitcoin developers were really working hard this week. They gave us a great bounty of announcements to wade through here.
We'll start with the proof of work coins.
POW coins. First up here, Johnnie Walker coin.
Okay.
Named after the famous liquor, of course, a whiskey, I think.
Yeah, and got quite a big pre-mine here. 11%.
Yeah, this is just another script high pre-mine coin. So really generic for what we've been seeing. You're
got that not in stake reminder.
Yeah,
Again.
exactly the same shitcoin developers. So just one you can safely ignore.
How about MoonShot?
MoonShot. Okay, this one was a little more interesting. Came out early in the week. Had a 1-day proof of work period. 24 million coins in that day. So a little bit of a really front-loaded delivery schedule. But they also don't have an actual pre-mine. It looks like it was on a relatively low number of blocks when it was launched, so not a huge insta-mine. But, I mean, a 1-day proof of work is really short.
Right.
But at the same time, the developer's releasing some updates. It's also a newbie developer. It's hard to say. I honestly, I didn't see this one when I would have been in time to mine it. And it's one that I definitely would have mined if I did see it. But now that it's out and trading, I'm not sure. It's on Coin Exchange.
Oh, okay.
And I would have expected it to be trading better, but it's in like the single Satoshi range last time I looked at it, so that's not a good sign. 0 volume.
See, what's the proof of stake like? 10%? That's not too bad.
Yeah, moderate proof of
Pretty good.
stake.
Well, we'll see how that one goes, right?
Yeah, it would have been really easy to mine, 10, 15% of this chain right when it launched, probably. And that would have been a good position to be in, but that's not where I'm at, so I don't know if I'm going to be trying to buy into it.
Maybe it'll hit the moon.
I guess that's what they're hoping for, right? Next up, we got MontgomeryCoin.
Okay.
MontgomeryCoin, this is a script coin.
Another script proof of work, proof of stake.
With a big old pre-mine.
Really big pre-mine, yep.
The only thing that distinguishes this coin is that it has an endless proof of work. It just has the same static block reward forever.
And what is that block reward?
I don't know. Let's take a peek here. MontgomeryCoin, what is your block reward?
Oh, 10. Okay.
10 Monties for now and always. Pretty lazy.
I don't really understand how that could possibly work out.
Lazy stuff these days. Already got 2 wallet updates out. These guys are busy. Oh, wait, is this Belligerent Fool? Hold on. This is the Belligerent Fool, the guy who... He's released like 5 coins in the past couple months, I think. He did like Currywurst coin.
Oh, right.
And what other coins did he do?
I know what you're talking about now, but I don't remember the other names right now.
But yeah, he's done quite a few coins, and now he's out here with MontgomeryCoin.
Okay.
Next up.
Moneta.
Moneta. I thought this was already a coin. I thought there was already a coin called Moneta.
Yeah, I think there probably was.
This is a new chain, though. This chain was just launched this week. It's an SHA.
Okay.
But once again, I got a big pre-mine, man. A lot of pre-mines. About a 2,000 block pre-mine on it.
Pretty much a classic chain here.
Yep. Yep, people are. I think the proof of work coins are a little lazy this week.
Yeah, I kind of feel you there for the most part. I mean, it's nice to see them getting a little bit smaller pre-mine on this, right? 1%?
It is a 1% pre-mine, but it's also a much longer proof of work phase, so that ends up being a pretty large amount of actual blocks for, at least for the new coin.
Yeah.
But it is SHA-256. It's out there. What are they? I mean, I don't think they're really offering anything else besides it either.
No. I don't believe so.
So that was Moneta.
How about
HarambeCoin. All right, this is neat. Is this the first HarambeCoin? I don't think so.
Well, we definitely had one before.
Okay.
And I can't really distinguish this from the other one. The other one actually looked a little better, but this, and of course it's probably never going to be heard from again. However, this one I really do not understand why he is taking the approach he does. We got Google Drive links. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't see a lot going on here. It's a script coin. We got a 90-second block time on it. 100,000 pre-mine, so I think that's about 5%.
It's getting up there.
No, it's only 0.5%.
Oh, well, that's not too high at all.
But the total number of coins is over 12 years. So a 0.5% pre-mine, once again, is kind of bigger than you might think it would be in terms of what you're going to actually get if you're looking around and trying to actually mine it.
Simple and classy, just like the great gorilla himself.
I mean, I think kind of a key thing on these meme coins, you gotta do that no pre-mine, no IPO drop with descending rewards.
That's
I think
the recipe.
Dogecoin kind of proved it. And since then, there've just been everyone else has been following in that regard.
After Harambe, we'll take a look here at BlackShadow.
This is just another high pre-mine X11 coin.
That's
Boo.
correct.
Boo.
Man, pushing it. 14%.
That's all right, because next up we have Vermo, and this coin wasn't a high pre-mine coin.
Oh.
It was a virus.
Oh.
So, yep.
Gotta be vigilant. I was going to say belligerent, but vigilant works too.
I think both being either of those would be helpful dealing with this crop of coins that got launched this week. So yeah, Vermo coin, watch out for that. It was found out to be a virus. Next on our list here is ZCoin. Now, okay, this I actually think is interesting.
Yeah, definitely had to take a closer look at this one too.
So they didn't announce it on Bitcoin Talk,
Right.
which we've been talking a lot about with some guests and stuff about like a post-Bitcoin talk, what the post-Bitcoin talk world could look like.
For sure.
And if the game will really move onto that level. And so it's interesting to see here a coin that wasn't announced on Bitcoin Talk. Somebody just kind of posted it like, hey, check this out.
Yeah.
It is a Zcash. I'm not going to say it's a clone.
They're trying to like snipe Zcash's popularity.
Exactly. They're saying that it's a totally separate code base from Zcash. They're using actually Lyra mining, which is an interesting choice.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what Vertcoin uses now.
Yep.
So I find that to be really interesting. And yeah, I feel like, once again, this is probably one that I should be mining.
Definitely an interesting one, like you said, for those reasons. I'm going to do a little more research into this one because it's not laid out the way that we're used to.
Yeah, I agree. But they do have the Slack there. They've got a web page up. Some press releases, some pay to get a press release type stuff, which is more effort than you'll see from most people. And the fact is that there's probably going to be a good market for Zcash clones in the coming couple months, especially as the kind of the hype level.
But this really isn't a Zcash clone.
They're saying it's not a clone, but I mean just like even in the theme. Like they're riding on
It just has the letter Z in it.
They're claiming to use the ZeroCoin protocol. like Zcash.
Oh, I see.
And so I think they're definitely trying to ride the same wave.
Yeah, I guess I just don't understand. But like, Zcash isn't even out yet, so how can somebody already be riding on that popularity? That's amazing.
The ZeroCoin protocol, like, if my understanding is correct, is something that was introduced a while ago and just had never been implemented into a chain in a functioning manner.
Yeah, I guess we've talked about that before.
And so Zcash is supposedly, of course, going to be the one to do it in a big way.
Well, are these guys claiming that they've already done it?
Exactly. Yep.
3 days ago?
Bingo.
Oh.
That's the claim. Yeah, like when you put it like that, it makes it sound pretty unbelievable, because it probably is. But at the same time, in terms of an actual market play, it might be a good one.
All right, well, that might be a one for a second look, especially rolling forward.
Yes, and especially as kind of the Zcash frenzy reaches its maximum.
HalloweenCoin?
HalloweenCoin, another X11 high pre-mine. Probably don't have to worry about this one.
Nope. It's good to see that we're still getting event-based coins, though. I would,
Seasonal coins.
Yeah, love it.
Yeah, I love seasonal cryptos.
Crypto Lotto token.
Crypto Lotto token. My notes here, I just have exceptionally low effort.
Yeah, and I got to agree with you there. Man, not a lot here.
No, just a kind of a blank post. It's just a blockchain that exists and literally nothing else.
We'll let you know if anything happens with it. So now we're going to move from the proof of work announcements to the ICO announcements.
ICO announcements. The ICOs have continued in full force. There have been some recent big ICOs too that have kind of been driving.
Yeah, there's been good ones.
They've been driving the market up again. So as usual, the shitcoin devs are they're cranking out fresh ICOs for us every day.
The first one is Cashout.
Cashout. What do you think about Cashout?
I don't know. It looks like somebody just asking for money.
Yeah, it looks pretty shitty. They have a lot of coin logos on here that they sniped from some website.
Yep. I think that they might have taken those from Cryptopia.
That would not surprise me.
But yeah, they are talking about really easy to use cards that are connected to their blockchain and whatnot, but just not seeing it.
They're asking for 1,000 Bitcoins and they're not offering a lot in return. That's kind of the biggest red flag. Otherwise, it's only 20% of the supply is up for grabs in the ICO. So it's weird to have 1,000 Bitcoin ICO for only 20% of the coin. That's going to end up valuing the proof of work really highly, and it's going to drive the price down.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
And that's in the universe where the coin ever gets that far, because this is probably just a straight-up cash grab.
Yeah. Oh, also worth mentioning that this is a serial dev again. Make Dev is the one that did Make, Learn, and Earn.
Okay. Classic.
So I don't know how those are related or what, but it's all these aren't the kind that we really are excited about now at the time.
Next up is DAEMS.
All right, DAEMS. What you got?
Okay, so this is another sketchy-looking ICO. Nothing surprising there. What was surprising is that they have the usual unescrowed IPO Bitcoin address. And ever since we started doing the show a few months ago, basically every time we see them throw up one of these addresses, we check back on it and it's just like 0 Bitcoin. Like the developers are too lazy to even put any Bitcoin into their own ICO address. In this case, they have 75 Bitcoins in there.
Okay.
That's very unusual. Otherwise, it really does just look like a crappy, generic, unescrowed IPO. And so, while I certainly would not recommend investing in it, I would say that because they have, or somebody pumped so much money into it, you're going to be seeing it on the markets probably.
Really? You think so?
Yeah.
I almost think it looks like one too simple to ever get up on a market. Like
Right.
It doesn't exist.
I mean, they could get on, you know how it is.
Yeah.
They make a clone, they throw it up on Ubiq.
We'll see.
Just the fact that there's 75 Bitcoins in that address proves that, at the very least, the developer has 75 Bitcoins. And so that means that they probably have enough money to cover a small exchange listing.
But there is some sort of idea here, right? Of a decentralized, anonymous, encrypted messaging system.
It's true. The acronym does stand for Decentralized Anonymous Encrypted Messaging System.
And they're talking about Zcash in here as well.
Oh, not a surprise. Not a surprise. Yeah, so that's, I mean, they do have at least something that could be called an idea.
And so we'll move on to the next new announcement.
Yeah, that was DAEMS. Next up is Pecuneo.
Pecuneo.
This just looks like an ICO that's in its very early phases. They got a few graphics, but not a super... I think the premise here is just a investment platform. Like they'll do some investing and then you'll get the profits type situation, kind of like Gambit.
Yeah, it looks like maybe there'll be more information in a month or two.
But right now it's really
Throughout the month.
preliminary. So yeah, we might be seeing more of this one, but
Okay.
who knows?
Xero.
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 Spelled with an X.
I thought this one was like for real, not real. For reals, this was not real.
Yeah, they're once again playing off Zcash, trying to do a big old IPO. There's no graphics even on this one. It's a huge wall of text. They said they're going to target rappers and porn stars for some reason.
That's how I knew it was fake.
Yeah, it seems like they're not actually ever going to get any kind of product out here.
And they're saying a Zcash fork too. And once again, I would say there's absolutely no reason to do that because it hasn't even come out.
And you can just mine Zcash, so why would you put into an IPO for something that is going to claim to you to copy their technology? I think it's, like I said earlier, there's going to be some opportunities with Zcash clones, but it's not going to be like these ultra crappy ones. It's going to be, they're going to have to do a decent job, I think.
Interesting. Up next on the ICO list is Beyond the Void.
Okay.
This is another blockchain that's going to be tied into a video game for an in-game currency.
So we're kind of on the vein here of Bitcrystals and Jules.
Right.
Jules has been, I think everybody's aware, Jules has been doing really well, at least on the markets lately.
Mm-hmm.
And so is Bitcrystals. Bitcrystals was way down this week, but that was just because it's following up on a huge pump.
Correct.
And so, not surprising to see more coins coming out. This is a 200 Bitcoin IPO, but they do have a website up. It's a RTS theme game, like a space RTS game.
Okay.
Is the theme here. I think they're based out of France.
Interesting.
And yeah, it's called Beyond the Void. So if you're interested in investing in these game type projects, it's definitely one it would at least be worth looking at, I think. One of the more legit looking IPOs this week for sure.
Speaking of another ICO, we got Minuo.
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 This is just really doesn't. This is nothing.
Yeah, it's a CCX IPO that I don't even think is on CCX yet.
Which is unusual. Usually they wait till they post it on CCX and then post it later.
Yep, so nothing to see here yet. Probably.
It says the ICO ends in 18 days. It's already counting down on their website.
Strange.
They've got a buy ICO button. Oh, yeah, it takes me to CCX. Oh, yeah, I can get it there. It's available.
It is available on CCX is not. They're not tweeting, man. We didn't see it on the Twitter. Looks like it's already dumped.
Yeah, it's at 1 Satoshi.
No buy orders. Oh my god, rough. What did it start at?
How can there be 18 hours left in the ICO, but it's been dumped to 1 Satoshi? What's happening here?
These are mysteries that only CCX could ever know. So
Let's check the LiteCoin market on that real quick.
Oh, you think it might have a Litoshi market? That's a good idea. Man, that is rough. I think it was started at like
there's nothing really on the LiteCoin market either. Somebody's got a buy order in for 1 Litoshi for a whole bunch of them, but nobody's selling them.
Hilarious.
Weird.
So that's Minuo looking good. Okay, next up, LuckCoin.
LuckCoin.
So this is a gambling platform. And I don't know too much else about it here. Looks like another ICO.
Well, yeah.
Of course.
And it's an increasing price ICO. And
Okay, they got an address
I don't
up.
know. I just feel when I look at they have like some sort of poker game or some sort of betting game inside of their wallet, and oh man, it just looks so unprofessional to me that I wouldn't really want to play it, unfortunately.
Also 1 billion coins, which is just in that 1 Satoshi death range for these new coins.
Yeah.
So they've got a crowdfunding address. The last one of these shitty IPOs we saw with the unescrowed address, they had 75 Bitcoins in it. Any guesses on how many Bitcoins we have in this IPO?
I just feel like we need to return back to zero.
Bingo. Zero
Okay.
Zero Bitcoins.
Okay, good. I feel better now. That makes more sense.
So yeah, LuckChain is back to the normal for these unescrowed IPOs at 0 Bitcoins.
Okay.
Which is good.
Cool. And the next ICO is Ego.
Ego, this is a Yobit ICO, and I don't know really if there's much else to say about it.
Yeah, me neither. Let's see how it's doing over there on Yobit. It's always so hard to tell what happened.
Yeah, it happens so fast these days. Like the Yobit IPOs, they sell out sometimes in like 20 minutes. Then within like 3 hours, they'll be dumped down. It's crazy. Based on Shadow Cash, what a surprise.
Looks like it had like maybe one rapid pump, and we'll keep an eye on it. A lot of these new ones I just feel like are better on a second week. First week is, here it is.
Yeah, seriously, it's true. The last ICO of the week is VDice. These people are saying that they're already a leading Ethereum gambling platform.
Okay, interesting.
And that now they're doing an ICO to expand their operation, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to be built on top of ETH, I think. Yep, smart contract. And we'll see how they go with it. This looks to be one of the more legitimate ones this week as well.
Not a lot of comments, though.
Yeah, very few comments, and I haven't really had a chance to dive into any of the other material, so I really can't say for sure. But it's out there.
I think that there'll be lots of gambling on these smart chains if and when they become, people become more comfortable with it. Easier, and make the interface nice, so it's not like running a DOS prompt gambling.
You're not running it in a Ubuntu terminal or something.
Yeah.
I agree. I think it's one of the most obvious use cases for for smart contracts in terms of just kind of what the strengths and weaknesses of a blockchain kind of computing network are. A kind of a provably fair gambling thing is obviously
That's really nice. One
of the obvious use cases, and so we're going to see a lot of these, and we really won't know until they're launched exactly how legit they are.
Yeah. Well, and for something to become successful, it's a combination of so many things. What if it's just the timing or something else?
Yeah, totally. And that is VDice, and that does it for the IPOs this week.
All right.
No airdrops this week. A lot of posts and no airdrops. A little disappointing.
Could go back to those days of that Decred airdrop. Give me a little bit more of that.
Decred's down these days, man.
So
It's
down.
Sad to see it.
Feel like I eventually bought my Decred back, but then it kept going down.
Same story here.
Let's move on to the relaunches and the re-announcements and the pre-announcements.
Alrighty. Re-announced this week was SativaCoin.
Sativa.
This is an older weed coin. Just Yobit traded, I think.
No, it's on Bittrex as well.
Oh, okay. Right on. I wonder if it's on that chopping block.
I don't remember you mentioning it.
Nice. So SativaCoin, they're just kind of letting everybody know that they're still out there, I guess, is the point of this post.
Yep.
PeepCoin has a takeover. This is a really shitty coin from a few weeks ago.
Yep.
So bag holders are probably just trying to make something happen with it. We got StressCoin. This is a re-announcement. And I thought this looked cool at first because it had like 0.01 block reward originally. Only 1,000 proof of work coins. But then the supply is like 600 million, so it just had a ridiculous pre-mine and just kind of sucks.
Huh.
Sad. Next on the list here, we have CredaCash. This is a pre-announcement.
Creda.
And this is another Zcash kind of themed clone.
Oh my goodness. Zero knowledge proofs.
But once again, this one looks okay, man. It looks like they might have their shit together here.
They say they started it long before Zcash
Yeah, of
was
course.
announced.
Yeah, long before. They're just happening to let everyone know about it now. But essentially, it looks like people are kind of starting to do some research on it and are finding that there might be some actual legitimacy to the kind of the references in the company behind the post.
Okay.
And so, once again, I'm looking for that. What's going to be the biggest Zcash clone?
Yeah.
And so, with my eyes toward that, I probably will continue to watch CredaCash.
It's a good thought.
But right now, there's nothing going on in the thread right now. Just a couple pages.
Yeah, it seems like this is a very pre-type of announcement, huh?
Newbie developer. So some red flags there too.
Yeah. Always proceed with caution and use virtual machines when possible.
Yeah, seriously. Next up was a re-announcement for Mojo.
Okay, ICO from a little bit ago.
From a while ago, yep. And they too, shockingly enough, are going to be incorporating Zcash.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
I can't believe that.
It seems like this is going to be a pretty old refrain by the time
This is
Zcash
the next
actually
thing,
launches. Huh? Yep. Yeah. Exactly. We're just seeing the shitcoin markets get saturated with Zcash stuff, but I don't know, man. Is that a good sign?
Sure. Why not?
Because it just means, I don't know. I love it. I love it when there's a frenzy around a new coin. And to see so many Zcash themed knockoffs this week tells me that people are paying attention.
Yeah. Agreed.
So yeah, that's Mojo incorporating Zcash, allegedly.
They're going to have to do like a whole swap or something, or is it just going to be an upgrade to their chain?
I haven't the first clue. The post was very difficult to parse through.
Yeah. And that's going to be a while from now, maybe at the beginning of next year.
Yep.
The next one is Ubiq.
Ubiq. This is a swap for Jumbucks.
Interesting.
So, a couple interesting things. There's already a coin on Yobit called Ubiq. It was a crappy ICO from like a month ago. They've probably been planning this for longer than that and just kind of decided to stick with the name, but sad that the shitcoin developer beat him to it. Jumbucks, of course, is a coin that's a couple years old, and
CoinMarket's coin.
Yeah, it started out. Yeah, it's had so many.
Is that correct?
I don't remember what it originally launched as. I know
that CoinMarket's ICO, or I mean, CoinMarket's IRC channel.
Yeah, exactly.
Is that what it was called?
It came out being associated with some IRC channel. It's just kind of like an insider coin for this group of people to kind of trade amongst themselves. I remember mining it way back when. I sold it ages ago. I'm trying to look up what my trade history on this coin is. Yeah, I have one trade from September 7th, 2014. So about 2 years ago, I sold it at 6,000. Since then, it's had a bunch of rebrands. Kind of one that I regret selling. Knowing now that it's a coin that it's obvious that they're never going to let go of. Like, whoever is in charge of this coin, whoever's holding all the Jumbucks, they really like the coin, and they're going to continue supporting it for, time eternal, essentially.
Maybe, but it's all up to them, right? Or
yeah,
that's
totally.
kind of silly to say because there could be a lot of people in play, and there most likely are. But,
yeah.
And
I mean, yeah, all coins can die, but this is just one that's been so steady for so long that I've kind of wished that I had a way to get back into it. But the nice thing about Ubiq here is that they're swapping it to an Ethereum fork.
Oh, okay.
And I just built an Ethereum miner.
Now,
so I think I'm going to try and mine some of it and see how that works out.
That'd be a really fun thing to mine, dude.
Yeah, totally.
That sounds awesome. Is this risky to do right now, considering the Ethereum and Krypton hacks?
Okay, so yeah, that's my other question. We've had Krypton switch to a proof-of-stake chain because of their blockchain kind of being compromised as an Ethereum fork.
Yeah.
Is that going
these guys go the other way?
Yeah, that's a great question, honestly. I do not know if they're going to be able to keep the chain secure.
Okay.
But maybe it just comes down to keeping the hash rate up.
And more importantly, will there be a Jumbucks Classic chain?
Man, that's an incredible question, and I did not think of it until you just said that. We got to be the ones to start the fork, I guess. If only I had more Jumbucks. But no, honestly, Jumbucks is a chain that I've always kind of wished I had a small piece of, so I'm excited to try to mine this.
All right, well, keeping an eye on that one too. That's a nice one, good one for this week.
I agree.
The last announcement of the week is BMoney.
BMoney from Toronto, Canada.
I almost feel like this is a play off of Zcash.
I don't see it. I don't see it mentioned explicitly in the post.
Just
at
the
least.
name, like instead of
BMoney.
If it was
Oh,
Bcash,
nice.
you
You're
would
totally
see it
right.
easy.
Man, I'm off. I'm not noticing stuff today. You're totally right. That's exactly what this is. That's a great theme for coins. We should come up with C-Bucks.
Yeah. Well, though, I don't know if I mentioned this on the show or not. That I still think Potato Coin should rebrand as Pcash would be like the funniest one for me.
That's a great idea. Potato Coin becomes Pcash.
Potato Coin being a
totally defunct CCX coin, right?
I think like Yobit.
Nice.
Maybe. No, I don't know.
I think the Potato Coin was before Yobit.
CCX, yeah.
I think
You're
it was
probably right.
I think it was before Yobit.
I don't remember it very well. I remember deleting a lot of them. I lost like 1 million Potato Coins that I had mined.
There's a while when CCX was really fun to trade on, when they only had the top coins would have 3 or 4 Bitcoins volume, and they didn't have kind of all the fake IPOs and stuff.
Yeah, it was definitely a little funner back then.
You could trade coins like Potato Coin and make a couple bucks.
Sure.
So that is going to do it for the new coins this week. Let's take a look here, look back and see what might be interesting. MoonShot, I don't know. I still feel like MoonShot there might be something there, despite the fact that it's basically trading for nothing on Coin Exchange.
Right, but it has the stats of a yesteryear pump coin.
There's ZCoin. That's the Lyra 2 RE Zcash knockoff that could be pretty promising. That's it for the proof of work coins. In terms of the IPOs, I'm going to say Beyond the Void, that game coin, is at least worth checking out. Maybe VDice.
Yeah, agreed.
And in the pre-announcements,
Ubiq.
you got to be Ubiq. Yep, that Jumbuck swap. That's got to be the biggest announcement of the week for me, I think.
Yep. And SativaCoin's not bad either. I made some money on that
way back when.
Way back when.
Yeah, I noticed.
I haven't had any for a long time, but that means that it's still there. You kind of mentioned the coin's not dying, and that seems like one of those right now.
Yeah, it's true.
Still on Bittrex, amazingly.
Yeah, and when I checked, it did have really low volume, but it was high enough, obviously, to be sticking around still, so.
I wouldn't actually buy it or anything. I just think it's an interesting one. Old weed coins, man, that was a fun pump. Remember that?
Pot coin was great, man.
Cannabis coin went up, and then
yeah, that was the big one, wasn't it? It was
went up
cannabis
right around
coin.
it.
Yep.
Every pot coin went up at the same time. That was a fun time.
I love it when just themes of coins pump. It's not just coins; it's like the whole theme.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, all the stealth anon coins will pump. We saw with Monero a bunch of crypto note coins get pumped.
Yeah.
It's just, I love that kind of stuff.
That's good speculation.
Yeah, exactly. just betting on something because it's thematically similar, totally regardless of the use case. I'm into it.
Yep.
And yeah, that's it for the new posts this week.
So let's
big old selection.
Yeah, and we're going to do our best to kind of follow up on coins moving forward for the 10-week period here.
It's true.
Next, we'll look at the coin listings.
Coin listings. Going to start it off with our friends over on Cryptopia.
All right, Cryptopia.
They've added Pesobit. I don't know what the story on this coin is. It's got a bit of a pump going on.
Got some volume.
Yeah, it's got some volume,
which is pretty unusual.
Yeah,
over there.
Totally. And I'm not sure why I haven't looked into the background of the coin, or whether it's just a pre-mine situation, or there's actually a.
I feel like it was on the show.
Was it? It probably was. I don't remember. We cover a lot.
Yeah, we do.
So that's Cryptopia, just Pesobit listed this week.
All right. And then up next would be Bittrex.
Yep, Poloniex didn't list anything, so we're going on to Bittrex.
And Bittrex didn't actually list anything either, but they completed that Krypton swap to the proof-of-stake chain.
Yep, Krypton has completed their swap away from an ETH-based chain, and do just a more conventional proof of stake.
Ubiq listed that EgoCoin ICO.
Yep, that's the only thing they listed this week, so surprisingly slow week for Ubiq.
Yeah, and quiet over CCX as well.
Well, they're listing stuff, as you remember from earlier, but
I really just think it's that one ICO.
yeah, I think you're probably right.
That was weird.
Let's see, we don't know if Blue Trade listed anything, because they don't have a Twitter.
Mm-hmm. Very mysterious website, but a nice exchange.
Nova Exchange does have a Twitter, and they listed a bunch of stuff.
They listed PiggyCoin, SportCoin, No Limit Coin, Jewels, Pesobit, XXXCoin, and that new Krypton chain.
So, an interesting mix here from Nova Exchange. Some kind of refugees of the recent delistings like PiggyCoin, some new coins like SportCoin, some hypey coins like Jewels. So nice to see NovaCoin.
Yeah, good list.
Or Nova Exchange keeping at it.
Good list.
Next up is LiveCoin. They've been seeing a lot of volume these days themselves.
Yeah, and they got a nice listings here. They got BurstCoin, they got CreditBit, they got Leo, they got Artrex Coin, Postcoin, NXT, and Eternity.
So
Burst, a nice class that was on our winners list last week.
Yeah, that kind of has
or
a
maybe
huge,
2 weeks ago or something.
Recently. It's got a big ongoing pump with it. The hard drive mining coin. CreditBit also has an ongoing pump.
Surprised to see Postcoin there, right?
Yeah, me too. And I'm wondering,
they swapped to another chain.
Yeah, so is this the swapped chain or is this the original Postcoin crew? Because I know I had heard that there was some.
We'll have to look at the ticker.
I heard that there was some kind of, some kind of people going in different directions, I guess, with Postcoin, and I'm curious to know if that's the swap chain or some holdouts from like the original Postcoin.
Yeah, I hear you. I'm going to look it up here. I think the only way to tell is going to be to see what it's trading as. And if it's Post, it's the old one. And if it's that XAV, then it's the new one.
It's a good call.
I don't even see it on their list.
Let's see. In other exchanges, coinexchange.io. I saw that they added MoonShot
coin. Yeah,
coin.
It's Post. It's the old one.
It is the old one.
It really
Sweet.
is.
Awesome. That's great.
Yeah.
So the old Postcoin on LiveCoin, that's interesting, man. That could be...
I sold my Postcoin.
There could be something there, man. There could be something there. Interesting. Coinexchange.io, they added MoonShot and LevoCoin, and I don't know if they added anything else because they are also not... They haven't been tweeting their ads.
Jeez Louise.
But I did see that they added MoonShot and LevoCoin, so...
Nice.
Yeah, that gonna do it. That will do it for the listings this week. Kind of a light week for listings, but with everything that was announced today, or in the past week, I would expect to see some more listings in the next couple of weeks.
Interesting. We're seeing CoinExchange.io with the quick listings. These are both ones that were just very recently announced.
True.
The other ones are more kind of following the trading or requests, and then, of course, Ubiq with the ICO and CCX.
And the big exchange is just listing nothing.
Yeah.
Which is,
delisting, in fact.
Exactly. I'd like to see that turn around, as I've said, but we'll see.
So those are the listings.
That's it for the listings this week. And for our final segment this week, we're going to talk about those coin birthdays.
Yeah. The only one that I saw worth mentioning, there's actually a couple that were on CoinMarketCap, but I really want a working block explorer to give him the birthday.
You got to draw the line somewhere, man.
Yeah. So I gave it to Digital Price with a 2-year birthday.
Digital Price on the 2-year birthday. All right, let's check him out. All right, what do I see here? Looks like a $4,600 market cap. Love it.
Pretty low.
Nice and cheap. 20 million supply.
One exchange, Blue Trade.
Chilling on Blue Trade. 2 years old, but hey, they still got the Block Explorer up.
Yeah.
Looks like I can't see any activity in the thread.
No, and the website's closed too.
Interesting. I wonder if there's anybody out there still trading Digital Price.
I remember this being on CCX at some point.
I feel like it made its way around for a while. I mean, back then it was a lot easier to get on exchange.
Yeah.
or at least on the what are today the big exchanges.
Yeah.
But for now, it's just on one exchange.
So happy second birthday,
But
Digital Price.
Congrats to the Digital Price crew on your second birthday of your coin.
You sort of seem alive.
You might be alive.
I think that's going to do it for Blockchain Dynamics show number 31.
We are, as always, brought to you by Cryptopia.co.nz. Once again, check out our thread there in the altcoin forums and toss us a line. We'll give you 5,000 dots. Sweet.
Yep. And we want to thank everybody for listening.
Yep. My name is Brandon Doge.
And I'm Woody.
Peace.
Currency.
Like a couple Bitcoin.
Money,
Hold up on my Nakamoto.